Hey, yeah, what's poppin', gang? Yo, who we got in the building, man? Bro, we got hot tea on deck, bro. Hey, I can't even see it. We got hot tea on deck, bro. We still got to get out here. We still got a lot to talk about today. Who's here? Regal, what up? I see you. I'm saying what up to everybody that say what up to me in the next 3 minutes or so. Regal, what up? Who else is here? Let me know when y'all pull up, man. Let me know who is here, where you at, where you're watching from. I want to know if this is your first live, all of that. We ain't been live, I think, since last week, so I definitely want to make sure I tap in today. Who's here? Noah, what up, gang? Boss tweeting me. Shout out, Boss. Took the link last week. We talked about it. This week, I'm pretty sure we're going to be doing that again because we will be talking about 26. I can't wait to get everybody's opinion on that. King Munchie's in the building. Alicia's here. What up, Alicia? I see you. Reform Key. That's a hell of a name, bro. Reform Keyboard Warrior. I rock with that name, gang. Reform Keyboard Warrior is in the building. James for Life is in the building. Mel Marcel is here. Real Borso's in the building. Asia, what up, my boy? What up? I see you in the building. Kimberly is here. My first live? Oh, shit. Oh. First live in the building. I love the first live, man. I love it when it's y'all first live. Hopefully we continue to come back to the lives, and we have a lot of fun here. Tate W is in the building. Who else? Welcome, man. Welcome to everybody joining the live. First thing is first. I can't even lie to you, man. My throat is going crazy. The algorithm has been wild, bro. It's wildly successful, and then sometimes it's just not. Like, I don't know what's happened. So if you guys don't mind hitting that like button, it really helps out so much. If you guys hit the like button for me, man, it just helps push the streams. Like, I don't even know. Like, it's super successful, and then sometimes it's not. Then it's super successful, then it's not. So if you guys don't mind hitting the like button, subscribing to the channel, all of that. We getting close to the 50K, gang. Who else is here? Anybody else I miss? Jane, what up? D-Town, what up? All right, man. Y'all seen the thumbnail, man. Y'all seen the thumbnail. We got a little bit to get into today. We got to talk today about cheaters and haters, okay? Because it seems to be a lot of that happening. JP, what up? Seems to be a lot going around with these cheaters, man. You got cheaters cheating the game and getting caught in the act, and you got some people trying to throw smoke screens and you know what I'm saying, and trying to make it seem like it's something that it's not. And then you got people just downright hating. Kendrick actually took another W that we're gonna talk about today. It's a lot going on, and I think it's kind of crazy that how after the Grammys, I think it was the same way last year too, right? Like it was the same way last year too, where after the Grammys, you started seeing like a lot of this just weird energy, and also it was right before the Super Bowl. So we had everything going on with Wayne and everything last year. So we got to talk about these haters in these streets. I need to know your guys' opinion on this too, man. So let me know how you guys are feeling about this in the comments if you're watching this on the playback. But obviously, if you're hearing it live, I want y'all to sound off, okay? Sound off in the live today. And if you don't mind posting that comment in the comment section of the video too, just so other people can see it if they don't watch the live directly, all right? Darlene, what up? Radically Retro, what up? Tone Job, what up? Derek, what up? I want to make sure I say what's up to everybody. More like what happened to the streams. What up, K? Give him the ability said dot era. Shout out to everybody that watched that video yesterday too, bro. I was not expecting that video to be as successful as it was yesterday. If you have not seen that video about my 8 theories on Kendrick's hand, check it out. It's a lot of really good stuff in there. We saw actually later on after that, we saw that Hitta J3 posted Pernell Whitaker with his hands wrapped in the ring talking about basically Dot got more in the way or something like that, or a message from the boogeyman, a message from the boogeyman. So I definitely think that we were in the right direction with that. So if you have not seen that video, make sure y'all check that out as well. How you been? I've been good, fam. I'm honestly just battling the cold right now, but we still live. All right, we still live. We still here. Fatima, what up? Fake news, Kendrick hasn't ever had any streams removed. Oh, we gonna get into that. We are going to get into that. We are going to get into that. We're gonna get into that. Hey, look, that's what I'm saying. Before it went out, that's why I wanted to get the video out so quickly before people started trying to make, connections. I was already making connections. I just hadn't posted the video and where my notes go. Look, bro, these are my notes. Literally, just written down on Post-it notes. These are my notes. This is what it's like to be a creator when you got a thought and you just drop notes real quick and be like, all right, let me just, these are my notes. And I put them into a document and we talked about them yesterday. It was a fun video. I think it was definitely a fun video, man. So thank y'all for checking that out. All right, let's go ahead and get into our first topic of the day, man. Shout out to all 120 million of y'all who have showed up as quickly as you did within the first 5 minutes of the video, man. Thank you guys so much. If you guys, make sure you guys stick around for the entire video. We do got quite a bit to get into. Let me pull up my notes. I have so many thoughts that I don't want to forget them. So let me pull up my notes. Let me pull them down here. 120 million people are on stream right now. We have 120. We have a small country watching the stream right now. It's always been something I said. It's a joke. I always say 120 million or 200 million, 300 million, 100 million people when it's 1,000 people in the chat, something like that. All right, so let's go ahead and get into Kirko posting. Spotify has removed 25 million streams from 21Savage's What Happened to the Streets on February 1st. Now, today is the 3rd. Shout out, it's my son's birthday today, so shout out to my little homie, man. My dog, is his birthday today. We're going to be doing something with him over the weekend. Shout out to my son. But What Happened to the Streets on February 1st. All tracks on the project were affected. So I know some people were thinking that Spotify, some people were saying that Spotify hadn't necessarily posted exactly what songs were affected, but it looks like all the songs on the project were affected. Now, the comments to me are hilarious on this. Mr. Recoup got caught botting again. Drake, how many times you gonna get caught? And the crazy thing about this is, I don't really think that Young Thug thought that his conversation would have made the kind of spectacle that it did with him talking about that on the phone. Because what he did was confirm. He basically confirmed what people had already been assuming the whole time. And y'all know Cole said it too. How many faking their streams, getting their plays from machines? I can see behind the smoke and mirrors, niggas really ain't really big as they seem. Everybody got their thing. You know what I'm saying? He said, he's been saying this for a while. And there was a comment on here. I'm not really sure that he thought that he would be talking about 21Savage. But that just lets you understand. When niggas is really popping, when niggas is really popping, you can tell. And I don't want to only point to the Kendricks. I don't only want to point to Cole and Drake and them. But at one point, Drake was actually popping, and he even though he was probably still biting too, but you could tell he was actually at least popping. His shows was different. Now it's way different. He not getting his shows off the way he used to. Tours ain't doing what he did. He got to cancel shows, all of that. All right. 21Savage to me never really seemed like he was even on the level. I won't say. Agree or disagree in the chat. Would y'all say 21Savage reached the heights of, say, like a Future? Shout out to my dog Mel Stay Fitted in the chat too. Chris and Tasha, what up? No, right? That's what I'm saying, right? So Future to me kind of always had that authenticity. The whole chat is saying no. If y'all don't know, the whole chat is saying no. This is why I tell y'all to, if you watch these videos, watch it with the live chat pulled up so y'all can see what they're saying. To me, Future always had that authenticity. And the difference about Future was his voice, his sound, what he kind of brought to the melodic nature that he brought. 21 to me always was more of a, what was 21 to me? 21 is not a lyricist by any means. I think that most people, and tell me what 21 was to you in the chat, in the comments too, if you guys are watching. 21 to me mostly got by on being a street nigga. But then when all the stuff came out about him not being a citizen and you know what I'm saying, I think that veil was removed from him too, right? Kind of middle of the pack, right? Like he wasn't really a lyricist. He kind of said some slick shit every now and again. What I'm getting at is maybe the numbers that he was doing never really seemed like they were supposed to be where they were at because he was a middle of the pack kind of guy anyway. And I'm not disrespecting 21 because I used to rock with 21's music. Now, Young Thug, on the other hand, I used to rock with Thug heavy, and then ever since the cause, it's just been different. Say it ain't so, bloke. Say it ain't so. Like I said, this comment right here, Cole didn't even know he would be talking about 21 Savage on a lot. He didn't know that he would be talking about 21. There's no way. Future said he doesn't do drugs, yet raps about doing drugs. If we could do a video about how unrealistic and how fake some of these rappers have been in the past, I don't know if anybody's done that yet, where they've gone down the line of lists of outlandish and outrageous raps that they've done or that they've said that they recanted or we just don't believe. Like there's some drug bars, like Rick Ross would be way up there. I'd have to think that Rick Ross would have. Who's the most cap rapper of all time? Comments, live chat. Who is the most cap rapper of all time? Like there has to be one. I can't think of them off the top. All right. The Game. Oh my God. Oh, we could do a vote, but I can't put them all in there. So I got to hear from y'all. Kevin Gates, Ross, The Game, Drake the most cap. 21 to Future is what Lil Zane was to Tupac. If you know, you know. West Side Gun, damn. West Side Gun up there. Drake, NLE Choppa, Capadonna, duh. These are some of the people that they're saying. Let me know in the comments if you guys have a most cap rapper and give me the line that told you they was the most cap rapper of all time. Like all the weight that Rick Ross talked about moving, being a CO was nuts. Okay? Nuts. Ja Rule, Cole. Cole, listen, I can't, I'm a Cole fan, so y'all can't give me the Cole bars. This tea is super hot. I haven't been able to drink it yet, but I need a sip. Hold up. What's your favorite tea brand in the chat? What we sipping on today? We got Yogi Stress Relief. Honey lavender stress relief. That's got to be my favorite cup right there. All right. So moving on. Academics discuss this. Oh, wait, is this it? Okay, so that's what I was gonna say too. Not only did he have the 25 million removed from the album, he also had, within the first week, he had the 37,000 album sales removed. He had 37 album sales removed. So that should have told you something was going on here. That should have told you. Hold up.
To get it right for the slow ones in the back. This is not a case of botting. What a
MGK?
Case of botting would be is when Kendrick, and I'm just using him as an example. I'm not saying he's the only person who bots.
We will get to that.
If you see a wild number of streams, whether first week or first month, and then precipitously drops off.
What?
That's usually an indication that those initial streams or that period of.
But here's my question. What is a wild number? What's a wild number to a guy that sold out every stadium he went to? What's a wild number to that guy? Furry, what up? What's a wild number to the guy that sells out every stadium he goes to? What's a wild number to him for streams? And if you think about it, you could realistically say, or you could argue it, that if you bought tickets to go to a Kendrick Lamar show in whatever city you went to, now we looked at some of these venues, 90,000, 100,000 capacity venues. It could be one ticket, could be two tickets, could be a big group, 4, 5, 6 people in at once. You could arguably say that that group of people could have listened to, 50 to 100 songs in preparation. They bought the tickets and they preparing to go to a Kendrick show. I don't know why we do this, but anytime I've been to a show, for some reason, I end up going through the catalog of the artists that I'm going to go see because I want to be locked in for when they perform that song that I'm like, oh, I forgot they had this one. So arguably, you could say that them people alone that just went to the show could hype up the streams throughout the entire duration of the tour. You know what I'm saying? So I don't get the thought process behind that. Like, what is a wild number to a person who's doing unprecedented numbers? Like, I don't get it. Kendrick won the beef and did the Super Bowl. Of course he was at his peak. What is it that people don't understand? So we're going to get into this, right? So Academics reacts to Spotify removing 25 million streams from 21Savage's What Happened to the Streets album. I'm gonna just let it play. I don't even want to read it because maybe y'all haven't heard this.
Kendrick stuff, right? Here's a point, right?
What up, Love Pink?
I think even some of y'all were trolling me to speak about this because y'all want to politicize this entire thing to be like, oh no, Savage is doing something.
I want to politicize this so I can say, oh no, Savage is doing something. 25 million streams, bro, is not, 25 million streams is not a small number. With the type of artist that 21Savage is, that's a majority of, it's like a vast majority. So if we see the total number of streams is 140 million streams, roughly 140 million streams. So you talking like what? 20%, give or take 20%? That's a pretty, I'm probably off by a little bit. 20%? That's kind of crazy.
Here's my thing.
Nobody trusts
I'm down to call a spade as long as we're calling the spade. So if the gotcha moment is y'all want me to say, oh, Savage is botting, if y'all are saying and acknowledging that Kendrick is botting, and the proof that we have for that is that billions of his streams were deleted or removed, and now we see something removed from Savage, okay, that's cool. Let's go along with it.
Here's the problem with admitting to getting paid to push narratives. Exhibit 1000. Jojo, what up? Exhibit 1000. When you start letting people know that you accept payment for positive review, how do we not know that he's got to come out and then check for 21 and clear it up? Because I paid you. Hey, bro, get out there and spin that narrative, bro. Don't have them thinking I'm botting. Hey, if I'm botting, them niggas botting too. Make sure you push that out there. Credibility shot. Then I'm not even gonna talk about what he talking about with Wayne, bro.
All of them are botting. I don't care. I'm not that, there's Kendrick fans that try to argue against the notion that Kendrick bots, but they try to blame botting on everybody else. And
because it has to be proven. If you're going to say he's doing it, then you got to prove it. And there's two scenarios that we're talking about, because I don't recall anybody talking about botting before the beef as far as Kendrick is concerned. Now, if you can show me, you can show me, and I'll willingly say I don't know, and I haven't seen it. But I didn't hear nobody talking about Kendrick botting until after the beef. And this is also like that same thing, right? Like I see people saying this to me it's a comparison to something like weightlifting or something like that, or bodybuilding or whatever. Like there's guys and girls, there's men and women out there who are clearly taking something to get a look, aka juicing. Then you have the people who just are consistent, go to the gym every day, and have a pretty obtainable look. But then you have that dude who sits and does nothing, or that woman who sits and does nothing, and says the guy who has the completely obtainable look and says, there's no way he did that. There's no way he did that. It's just hard work. It's just effort. It's a crazy comparison because I see that too.
Everybody in this industry,
what up, Classy?
Seemingly has
he's scared of 21.
The most evidence for fraudulence or botting. It would be Kendrick Lamar. So this 25 million streams that have been deleted, I would like to know more information. I wish Spotify would release some information about why they deleted whatever. And is it a sanction? And I wish if artists were botting, we got to treat it like the steroid era. Artists should receive sanctions, but they should receive it publicly.
Oh, I see what he's saying. He's basically saying if you get caught, then you should have some sort of punishment for doing said thing. Which I'm not opposed to that. I'm not opposed to that at all.
Now, granted, they won't do it publicly because the record labels of these artists, like for example, Universal on behalf of Kendrick is going to say no. Well, if you announce that Kendrick bots, his fans might stream less. It's going to hurt the business. So don't.
But here's the thing, bro. Like here's what I don't understand. Here's what I don't understand. People try to act like they don't understand the influence. I don't care what you say. And let me not say I don't care, because if Kendrick was botting, I would care, okay? But we're not talking about the sheer influence. And I've said this before on previous videos and previous streams. Thank you. Who just said that? How did this become a Kendrick topic? You see the narrative shift? That's what I said earlier. That's literally what I said. How did it? But that's what I said. When you get paid to shift narratives, there you go. That's how that happens. But what I was gonna say is, we're talking about influence, and this is no shade to 21, because, like I said, 21 is, if he's botting, he's botting. I either listen to his music or I don't. Like, I don't have a bone in my body that cares. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't. It's never here nor there for 21 Savage for me. But the influence is, if 21 drops an album, I don't have to run and go listen to it. You don't see streamers, YouTubers, reactors, all consecutively at the same time, not dropping on Friday, dropping on Saturday, then Sunday. Somebody might do a reaction next week. Shit, somebody might put one out 2 weeks later on this album. When Cole dropped, and we talking about Cole because he just did it. When Cole dropped, everyone that I know was live at the same time talking about this music. There's a certain influence that you see naturally that you can't fake with a bot. You can't fake that. And I know that I know that bots exist and things like that, but when I look at things on a smaller scale, and I look at even what we do over here, right? Like what we do when we're doing our streams and stuff like that. And when it's Kendrick, when Kendrick dropped, we had about 2,000 people watching within 10 minutes. Where are the bots? That's what I'm trying to explain. You have to look at other things.
Don't announce it, but you know, at some point you have to announce it. You have to announce it to let it be known that there's a shame factor and a punitive aspect of this. That you're not gonna just bot, and if you get away with it, it's good. But if you don't get away with it, we just sweep it under the rug. So again, I'm saying I'm not too sure what this means. Okay? Now, granted, I'm also
now the play dumb card. I'm not sure what this means. Now, is there a concerted effort to block 21? Is there a concern? Are people trying to hinder what 21Savage is doing? No, I don't think so. Even with the F the streets, I don't think people is out here really trying to just demean what he's doing, bro. He put an album out. If it did good, it did good. If it didn't, it didn't. I don't think people really care too much about that.
Not stupid. If this is like, has this been something that has happened historically often for Savage? Has it only happened for this one particular album? Has it only happened one time ever for him? Is it something that normally happens on an average of like 15 random artists, but viable artists? Do they ever have negative streams?
I think the difference is the crackdown is happening right now, right? Like, I think the difference is the crackdown is right now. The crackdown isn't like they might be able to go back and try to fish through. Like, when did 21, like, they might be able to go back and fish through and try to see if there was bots or whatever happening. But like, I don't, like, nigga, we looking at it right now, right? We're looking at that.
Again, not necessarily protecting, but I think the conversation that needs to be had is the overall conversation, right?
Now it needs to be an overall conversation. Let's look at everybody. Like, come on, bro. That sounds paid to me.
Yes, we've seen Kendrick with deleted
We under 100 likes?
Now
y'all
got
Savage. Hold up. We got almost 400 million people watching. And under 100 likes, we got to match it up. Let's get at least 200. At least 200.
What does that mean? Does it mean that you guys counted incorrectly? Or these guys are cheating?
How do you count a stream incorrectly? Has it been clearly identified exactly what a stream is? Like, how long does it take? Is it this moment you click on and listen? That's considered a stream? Do you have to get to a minute in? Is it 30 seconds? Have we identified that? Hold up. A stream on Spotify is officially counted when a song or video is played for at least 30 seconds. This rule applies to both free and premium users, whether they are listening online or offline. Streams are counted even if the audio is muted, provided the 30-second threshold is met. So all you have to do is listen for 30 seconds. So if all you have to do is listen for 30 seconds, how in the hell would it be counted incorrectly unless you just counted every person that clicked on the song? That's the only way I can see it, is if you clicked it as soon as, if it was just click on a song and listen, and we forgot to add the 30-second threshold, which is completely stupid. I don't even think that's possible. Act looking compromised, they say. Yeah, this look like a nigga who got paid. This 1000% look like a nigga who got paid. It's very strange how they get so defensive about 21 botting. It's almost like they're trying to protect a certain artist. Like, we get hard facts about botting, and the first thing he does is lie about Kendrick using bots. Kendrick never got any streams removed from the stream counter on Spotify, if you guys can see that here. Kendrick never got any streams removed. You should have put a disclaimer about lying about Kendrick. Kendrick never had his streams removed. Academics continues to push a one-sided lie of Kendrick in defending his daddy. Ooh. Kendrick hasn't done anything wrong. He releases his music and allows his art to speak for itself. This is a personal defamation attack on Kendrick's craft and artistry. Do y'all think Kendrick would have a case for defamation if he decided? Which he would never. This fat F is a manipulative, I'm not going to say that word. The boost plus regression in streams was because of the Super Bowl. A natural boost all performers get, it's not a sustainable high. That means at the time of the Super Bowl, artists, when they perform, like Bad Bunny, like if you check Bad Bunny, you'll start to see that his numbers are probably going to start going up because he's gearing up the buzzes around his name because he's performing at the Super Bowl. But Kendrick don't even just have the Super Bowl, bro. Kendrick had an album in November, Super Bowl in February, and then tour after that. Again, all not super sustainable things. It's never going to be as high as when the album first drops. It's only going to go down. You're getting ready for the Super Bowl or a big major event. It's not going to stay as high as that. It's only going to come down. You're going to tour. You're going to be up high, and then it's going to come down after the tour. Like, I don't understand what's so hard to understand about that. This is the problem. Shout out to Dog Ninja, too. This is the problem with having someone like Ack and many others at the helm of hip-hop conversations. 21Savage got caught red-handed botting streams. There's empirical evidence that 25 million streams were deleted from the total stream count of his last project. Yet he gets on the mic and deflects, claiming Kendrick had billions of streams deleted, which is completely false and a fabricated lie, which our chat even pointed out. Why does the $25 million 25 million stream removal from 21Savage get morphed into a Kendrick Lamar conversation? So when you guys see things like this, that's the first thing you got to look at. And we can also add to the fact that we know academics is a paid mouthpiece. You can't say that about very many people. You can't say that about very many people because they're not on record telling you that they're getting paid to do that. And that should be something that's disclosed. Every time you ask these people for proof, they point to a parody account that posted Luther lost 235 million streams, which isn't true. Or they reference differences in monthly streams from around the Super Bowl and the months afterward. Kendrick hasn't lost a single stream in the total stream count for any song in his catalog. So why sit there and lie, pushing a false narrative when the artist you support got caught red-handed? The reason being, the other artists are not paying him. If Kendrick started paying him, then he'd shut up. But because he's not paying him, he's not gonna shut up. He's gonna keep talking about it. He's gonna keep saying things that are false. Inherently, they're just false. It's just not real. Hi all. He spilled his tea by running his mouth about Lil Baby and the payout. Facts. Because his face hurts still. And he had something to say about that. He said, yo, everybody that was talking about me getting smacked, why y'all not talking about Jay-Z and Push? I'm like, bro, first of all, man, I'm letting all of that play out. We went ahead and started talking about the whole go back. We started talking about the whole Jay-Z thing and some underage stuff or whatever, and then it comes out that whole thing I'm like, bro, I gotta let it play out. Let's see what happens. Whatever happens from there, we'll talk about it. But going early on these things sometimes is not the right thing to do. Sometimes you gotta let it play out before you know everything. Try to read the game, but you can't fake influence. That's a fact. I hate even making Ack a topic because we know he's lying and paid for. But what happens is, I think the more you shine the light on the fact that he is a paid mouthpiece, more people start branching off and saying, okay, well, we see why he's saying what he's saying. Let's go check out some other people because they actually at least speaking from a place of non-bias and truth, right? What up, crew? What up, Callie? What's up? It's called misinformation and misdirection. That is a fact. Jay Nolan has something great to say about this. And shout out Jay Nolan. He said, independent artists get their albums removed for suspected artificial streams. Suspected. But 25 million fake streams on a major label project equals no removal? Got it. How do y'all feel about that? If you're watching on the playback in the chat right now, if your album, should there be a threshold for fake streams? Or if there's even one fake stream, suspected fake stream, should they remove your project? Should they remove your project? Do y'all think that this should be removed? I'm not out here vying to have somebody's project moved or whatever, man. Like, but I know some people would say, if you're faking, let it go. Take it off. Look, hell yeah. Yo, crew, what up, J2? I saw it and said 21 has with Drake had the most body streams of the 25 million. Leno, what up? Where you been? That seems extreme, but they need some kind of real consequence. I'm totally cool with that. I'm totally cool with that. Like a strict monitor or something, or like y'all know how one of my videos got age restricted. I don't know how my videos got age restricted, but like a button that you have to click to verify that you're human before listening. Like if somebody had to go through that hassle of listening to an album and having to verify, hold the button, move a puzzle piece, draw a box around the cat, then you can listen, then you could verify that, okay, this is probably a real person. So that would be my way of trying to get real people to be listening, is to make them go through several hoops before they actually get to it. Because a person like me, or even you, right? You clicking off that shit. Like, bro, I'm not listening. If I got to go through this whole thing just to listen to every song, I'm not listening to this. I'm not doing it. And that'll tell them, all right, maybe we shouldn't do that because they're actually holding us accountable, right? Shout out to, who was that just hit the sub button, man? I got my preview off. Shout out to whoever just subscribed to the channel. I appreciate you. Thank you. All right. That is that for the academics topic. We definitely got more to get into, gang. Oh my God. Stick around. How many likes we got? Let me know what we at. Let me do a like check. Like check. 1212. 160 likes. We have almost 400 million in here. Let's get to 250 likes. If you guys haven't hit the like button already, hit the like button for me. I really appreciate it. It's easy. They should not be paid for the album for those streams. Got you. Just like how YouTubers aren't paid for copyrighted material. That is a fact. We don't get paid for any of that. And it's really cool to see artists that do revenue sharing, because at some point we are kind of promoting the project, but I also know that it is your work and I never want to take anything from you. What he gonna do? Talk about this forever until they stop paying him. Act is in shambles, running his mouth so much about botting and fake streams. Thank you. I was thinking the same thing. That's a fact. I love it. The narrative trap they tried to set for Kendrick has instead caught up with all of their faves. That is a fact. It is happening that way. All right. Let's go ahead and get into our next topic, man. What do we got going on? Let's get into this. This is another Kendrick W, gang. Something real simple, but we're going to get into it. Hold on. Let me pull this up. Boom. Close out these because they be lagging my stream. Now, I don't know if you guys have seen this already, but Buick used Kendrick's TV off for their new commercial. Got the Buick with the TV on. I saw this. I thought this was super fire, man. Hold on. Let me rewind it so I ain't spoiling it for nobody. Hold up. I kind of want to mute it too. I'm going to show it to y'all. This is TV off playing in the background. I'm going to mute it though because I'm not trying to have them snipe my stream. They be doing that too much.
All I ever wanted was a black Grand National. Being rational, give them what they asked for. It's not enough. Hey.
That's enough. That's enough. So we got the Grand National.
But it's not enough.
We got the Grand National on TV. I remember, bro. I remember when the album dropped and it was called GNX. For those of you guys who are new to the channel, that is my wife's dream car. It has been her dream car since I met her. Like, she's the only girl I've ever known that said, I want a GNX with the what is it? It's a Grand National with the GNX motor. That's the only car that ever beat my dad in the race. I gotta have it. Then GNX drops. I'm like, yo, bro, I must have hit her up so quick. I'm like, babe, he named the album GNX, bro.
I get on it. Yeah, somebody gotta do it. I mean,
Hey!
I take the G pad, watching.
And then you see the new Buick watching the TV. So the Buick has the TV on. Shout out! Hold up! WB Terry in the chat for the 50 banger. Thank you so much, fam. WB Terry in the chat for the 50. Thank you so much, gang. Thank you. I really appreciate that. You killing it. Thank you so much. One thing I'm gonna tell you about this. This GNX right here is so much better than this damn thing I'm looking at right here, bro. Where have we gone with the design of cars? Hey, yo! Shout out Covenant Classy for the 10, gang. I appreciate you. He said, hey, we didn't forget about Mrs. HHSV crew. Hope she gets it. Man, I swear. When I get to that point, I'm telling you, GNX with the red bow revving out front. Revving out front for her. I'm going to wake her up with that motherfucker. I'm going to wake her up with it. I'm telling you, I can't wait. I can't wait. We going to get there, gang. We going to get there. But this is another Kendrick W. Right after the Grammys. This seemed like this was something that has been planned for a while. Right after the Grammys, Buick decides to use Kendrick's TV off in a commercial for the new Buick that's coming out, I guess. I think that's dope. I think it introduces, it's a marriage of audiences again, right? I'm manifesting it too. Shout out to everybody. I think it's a marriage of audiences, honestly, because Buick is a different demographic. And I think what that does is marry the audiences, which I think is kind of dope.
Bigger than myself, but it's not enough.
I still don't understand how 50 dudes came out of it. Oh, it was they showed it. It was it was basically a hollow car, and it was all downstage, and it was coming out through the thing. It was a hollow car.
I get on it. Yeah, somebody.
So who copping a BMW? I'm not BMW, a Buick.
I take the G pad, watching boys.
That's tough. That's super tough. What are the comments saying? Did Kendrick say he's not about the brand names and This nigga, I mean, he is literally dressed in Chanel. What are you talking about? The car downgrade is so blatant. It's so blatant. The Buick watching like he the GOAT. That's tough. That joint looks like a Porsche Pantera in the grill. This is hard. The new Buick watching the old Buick on the old TV. That is tough. But the same song is playing, blasting from both cars. Some things never change. Would have been doper if it was a commercial for them bringing the GNX back. Hey, if they brought the GNX back, we wouldn't even want it. Nah, yeah, it had to be the old joint. You couldn't even bring the GNX back. They need to get back to making something like the Grand National. Yeah, but you gotta, the old school is the way, bro. If you brought it back, it had to be just you couldn't even, there's no way you could do this in any other way other than this. But this is another Kendrick W. I thought this was really dope, man. Let me know how you guys feel about that in the comments. Old rich people drive Buick. That's what I'm saying, bro. It's a marriage. It's really just a marriage of different different types of groups. I think that's kind of dope. PG Lane cooking something up. We talked about that yesterday. Honestly, PG Lane, like I said, if you guys have not seen that video, please go and check out the video we talked about with the 8 different theories on Kendrick's hand, and let me know if there's a specific theory that you latched on to. Let's talk about it. If anybody watched it, which was the theory that you thought was the closest one to it? I want to, real quick, before we get to the next topic. Yeah, it has to be old school. Not gonna lie, I would love them to reissue the old GNX. I'm telling you. Not the reformed keyboard warrior. Bro, Toy, what up? Bro, I was laughing. That name threw me. I love that. That is crazy. I love that. K-Dot and DJ Mustard pulling in the commercial. Bro. Mustard? Oh my God. That was crazy. Shout out Koala too. I gotta finish. If I started it, I got sidetracked. Yeah, you gotta check it out. Check it out, finish it, and let me know what you guys think about it. All right. Now we talked about some cheaters. All right, we talked about some cheaters. Y'all see what the name of this video is. All right, thank you, Covenant Classy. Y'all see the name of this video. It's called Cheaters and Haters. All right, so we talked about the cheaters. let's go ahead and get over to some haters real quick. Real quick. The number 9. I ain't have 9. I only had 8. All right, man. Wheezy. Lil Wayne, man. My face is like this, bro. My face is like this because y'all, I don't think y'all understand how big of a Wayne fan I can't say was, man, because Carter 6 was just something different for me, bro. Like how big of a Wayne fan I am, right? It disappoints me. I feel like a parent when your kids do something wrong and you look at them, you go, man, I'm not even mad, bro. I'm just disappointed, bro. I'm just disappointed. Yeah, Young Money going out sad, bro. Lil Wayne says he wasn't included in the Grammys this year, as usual, and has to work harder. Congrats to the nominees and the winners. Backhanded, right? Seems a little backhanded. Wasn't included, as usual. I gotta work harder, as usual. One time for my slime Bill Belly. Talking about Bill Belichick, who was not he was not a first ballot Hall of Famer, which personally, I can't lie, I don't understand that. I don't understand that at all. I personally don't understand it at all. I feel like I don't get that. But when we talking about Lil Wayne, right? We talking about Wayne. My problem is, one, we've already been through this. We've already been through this. We've already talked about this. First, it was you wanted the Super Bowl. You didn't get the Super Bowl. Then you went on camera crying about not getting the Super Bowl. And everybody was like, bro, why you crying about not getting the Super Bowl? Well, nobody tripping like when it was in, like, no, all the time. New Orleans, like, they didn't even say they wanted, like, what? You tripping over the Super Bowl? What did you do to get the Super Bowl? What did you do? Right? Not to say that his career isn't storied, right? And I'll never take that away from him because his career at one point, bro, if you just wasn't there, bro, if you didn't listen to Wayne like that, I'm sorry for you. But at this point, it's tough. It's getting tougher and tougher and tougher to watch. And then, because it's Kendrick related, right? Hold on one second, chat. My bad, gang. It was getting to me. My bad. It was getting to me. The fact that it's Kendrick related, right? It's like Kendrick has this historic night, 5+5, passes Jay. Like, did you not get the memo? Did you not get the memo that you weren't going to be included in the Grammys? Like 2-3 months ago? Like, did you not know about this, or did you just find out? Did you just wake up and go, oh, I wasn't included? Like, how was the Carter 6 supposed to be included? What part of let's look at the ratings. Hold up. Carter 6 ratings. They got Anthony Fantano's rating up here. The Carter 6 ratings, critical reception. Pitchfork gave it a 2.9 out of 10. Fantano rated it a strong 1 to a light 2. Described it, ratings game music, described it as disappointing project with some, but few standout tracks. The general tone of his review suggested that the album struggled to feel relevant in 2025, with some critics suggesting it felt like a painfully inconclusive closer. Okay. It debuted at number 2 with 108,000 equivalent units. Chart history, this is the lowest debut for a Carter album in Wayne's career. So, it's not my birthday, it's my son's birthday. It's my son's birthday. Thank you, though. Thank you. I appreciate you guys. It is my son's birthday. So, with all of that being said, just from the outside looking in, and you not making it, getting a Grammy or getting a nominate, like, what would you get nominated for? That's my only thought. So, basically, his worst body of work. Right. You know? And it's not just like one person said it. I think anybody will look at all of the Carters and say that the Carter 6 was the worst Carter. So I think just to get I think it's like I want to get dressed up. I want to be there. Like it's more of an inclusive thing, like a participation medal type thing. Like I just want to be there. Like no, bro. Like you can still go, but you didn't do like if Chance the Rapper, I say because he had a quality project, I don't think it was mainstream enough to demand that kind of attention, but it was a quality project. If Chance the Rapper, if Playboy Cardi, if NBA Youngboy didn't get a mention, a nod, a nomination, no way Wayne gets one. C6 is better than 21's project. I haven't even heard it personally. I haven't heard 21's project. I heard C6, and I was confused a lot of it. I was confused for a lot of it. But to me, if Youngboy and them didn't get a nomination, I wouldn't give it to Wayne. And I wouldn't even say to give them the nomination. I don't know. At this point, I don't even know if Youngboy is submitting his music or anything. I don't even know. I don't understand that either. But Wayne, back to Wayne. We gotta stop with the pick me kind of stuff, bro. Like we have to stop with the pick me. I'm looking at him like I'm talking to him, bro. This is crap. I'm looking at his eyes right now. We gotta stop with that, bro. You are a legend, dog. You a legend. Okay? You didn't get nominated. You can't just wake up and start talking about, hey, I ain't get, you know you ain't get nominated. You think your project was supposed to be up there with the Let God Sort 'Em Outs, the Chromacopias, the damn the GNXs? No, and it's okay. Put out a project that commands that kind of interaction and gets that kind of love, and you'll be there, right? So, but it comes off as haterish again because it's the same pattern that took place before when you're talking about Kendrick Lamar. It was Kendrick got the Grammy. Wayne then wham. Kendrick gets the Super Bowl. Wham. Kendrick gets the Grammys. Wham. It's like, come on, bro. And the next thing gonna be like, damn, Buick ain't give me a commercial. Why I ain't get a commercial with Buick? Like, come on, gang. You know what I'm saying? So it's a matter of timing, and people gonna cook you. They gonna continue to cook you. Nobody cared about the Carter 6 that Monday after it released. It was a dated album made by a dinosaur. Wayne's pen is still top tier, but his song making an impact just don't hit like it used to. This is 1000% a fact. Guess my hard work let Lil Wayne down. Whatever though. Amazing. That's perfect. He dropped one of the worst albums of the entire decade. Of course he wasn't included. Wayne is a legend, but come on, man. And everybody has the same sentiment, right? Or at least a similar sentiment, right? Like, come on, man. Like, you know what you did. You know what you did. Stop acting like you ain't know what you did. So, Wayne, let's move forward from the hating, especially when it comes to Kendrick, because people are going to start thinking you just don't like him. And I don't want to say that. I don't want to think that about you. And you ain't got to like him. But you at some point you got to stop throwing jabs at the homie, bro. You got to leave him alone. All right. Next topic. In all seriousness, I know Wayne hating has to hurt Kendrick at first. Now after Whacked Out Murals, it's up for him too. Yeah, I can see that. He doesn't like him. And this man inspired the man he keeps hating on. Ridiculous. I know. It's tough. It's tough to see. It's really tough to see. All right, next topic. Some a little lighter. We had we'll keep it with that. We had 50 Cent congratulating Kendrick. Now, I remember they was talking about, unless I'm mistaken, I remember they was talking something about 50 not really meshing with Dot, but I'm like, yo, did they work together? So he congratulated him, but he also didn't necessarily tag him either. And then he also went ahead and added G-Unit brands in here. Like, yo, he congratulated Kendrick. Let me go ahead and check out what's on G-Unit's website. Like, anybody go check out this website, nigga? So he went ahead and congratulated Dot, which I thought was dope. I thought that was interesting. He don't like Dotney. That's what I'm saying. I thought he didn't, but they've worked together before, so I don't. Yeah, like I don't know if it's a sheer like disdain or if he's, I don't know. I don't know what his position is, but he also didn't say anything negative about him, right? He didn't say anything negative. You think he was trolling? I've seen that theory too. Well, I've seen that perspective too, where he's trolling. I seen also something with him talking about Drake, where he's like, Drake sees this, but he ain't gonna say nothing about it because he know how you get down. The boy ain't gonna like this. Now he ain't gonna post anything about it because he know how you'll get at that boy. I'm telling you. So I think that's some funny shit too. 50 was on team OVO during the battle. Oh, he was? Trolling. Don't trust him. It's something to the top of the world part. That did in Dre's Super Bowl performance. 50 was Coach Drake during the battle. Oh, yes. I do remember them talking about that. 50 hates to see anybody win. I'm telling you, bro. It's tough out here. All right, we about to get into this next one, all right? Y'all gotta stick around for this. This is nuts. Hold on 1 second. All right, so I guess we're gonna throw that into the haters topic. Shout out to my dog, J-Tom, to Isaac, my bad. He said one. All right, man. Here we go. We gonna throw that into the haters section then, because I wasn't really paying attention to that. We're gonna throw that into the haters section. We got another hater coming up, gang, and y'all know who it is. We got another hater coming up. All right. Rap album of the year. I don't even want to watch this one, bro. DJ Academics reacts to Kendrick Lamar's 2026 Grammys win for Best Rap Album, GNX. Act says the competition he was competing against wasn't the people who dominated the conversation this year. He should have been competing with NBA YoungBoy and Playboi Carti. Now, that was one of the reasons I brought that up earlier, because I did see this. And I'm not completely out of like, they should have been included. I don't really understand why YoungBoy isn't included. It's like, I don't know if he, I just don't know if he submits his music or if he cares about the Grammys or anything like that. Cardi, on the other hand, I think he might be a little bit more.
Keep in mind, I believe GNX dropped in 2024, late, right? GNX release date. It was, yes, late 2024. However, it's in the eligibility period. By the way, I have no problem with it being nominated. And also, I have no problem with it winning. But I'm talking about...
Let God Sort Him Out, Glorious, God Does Like Ugly, and Chromacopia. Who would you kick out? I guess, who would you take out? Because Glorilla had a dope project too. Jid? And I think that's where it comes into consideration, where we have to talk about fan bases not necessarily being able to dictate what happens at the Grammys. I'm saying nobody, right? Yeah, I'm saying you don't kick out anybody. I'm saying YoungBoy's fan base is strong, and it's a very, very, very powerful kind of entity in itself. But when it comes to Grammys, I don't know how that translates, because all of these projects say something. All of these projects say something. Outside of maybe Glorious is the only one that doesn't, is not this like rap heavy, lyric heavy, storytelling. Chromacopia is a whole ass movie. We already know what GNX is, right? So it's the only one that doesn't really say something like in that same realm. Cardi didn't do that either. Right? Cardi's album didn't do that either. And then a lot of Cardi's album is just like sounds. Feel me? So it's like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think you have to look at it. Like, I understand that these fan bases are massive, and not to say that these artists' music aren't good, right? Because I can't say that. I can't dictate what's good and what's not. It may not be my cup of tea, but clearly there are people listening to Playboy Cardi and YoungBoy. But I feel like it's something to be said about the quality and the quality and style of music is, I don't know if it's Grammy
the competitors
worthy. What do y'all think? And that's what I said earlier. I said if Chance isn't included, I don't.
And this is why I think the Grammys or the Scammies, whatever you want to call it, is devalued. Because winning an award when you're not competing versus the people you should compete with.
And this is why it's hate. Because personally, it's an even bigger W if you compare a Kendrick Lamar album to a Cardi album, a Playboy Cardi album. No, it's never going to win when you talk about substance of the album and you talking about, and the thing is, it's not fan voting. Right? Like, it's not fan voting. These are not people just who like the music going to a website and spamming to help your guy win or your girl win. These are people who are taking this into consideration. It's pure artistry. Miss Hum is no notification.
It's like Usain Bolt racing a toddler that don't even walk.
Bro, Kendrick, in that analogy, Kendrick is Usain Bolt. Tyler is a toddler. Jid is a toddler. Clips of Pusha T and Malice are a toddler. Excuse me. Pusha T and Malice are a toddler. I don't understand the take.
He's crawling. Is he the fastest man in the world? We don't know. We don't know. Maybe he is. Maybe he's not. The field of nominees has to be strong. If we talked about 2025, we're having an objective conversation here. And I know some of y'all might be like, I know what you're about to say. You're rocking the shirt.
Isaac, good point. He says, I think the youth had more of an influence on pop culture about 10 years ago. In particular, this this time, this was more of an adult grown folk Grammys, in my opinion. But I think it's a good take. Voters are music professionals. This is stupid. Thank you. My point. Music professionals are not gonna listen to Sia. Although that shit be hard when you just in the car, or you in the gym. Sia. Like, where's that album? Best rap album of the year, Grammy. Like, no, that's not gonna work. It's not.
NBA YoungBoy is listed as MVP of the year. He's not listed in any type of awards. There's no award for that. There's no Grammy award that would signify his contribution in 2025. How is that so? Playboy Carti has the biggest album, the biggest moment in 2025 in terms of a rapper releasing an album is Playboy Carti dropping music. No nominations, not even a win, not even.
They'd have, honestly, the thing is, here's the thing. The argument is not wrong, that I do think that there should be some inclusive nature of artists of that kind of genre of just super popular music. Like super popular music amongst their fan bases. I don't think that they shouldn't be, because what they do is definitely, everybody's not doing that. There's not another YoungBoy. It's not right now, personally. There's not one. There's not another Carti. I don't think the message is wrong. I think you saying that it should be in the best rap album category, no. What category could it be? It could be like most dedicated fan base. It would have to be if you had a most dedicated fan base where you were rewarded for how you're able to mobilize, I think that would be cool. But best rap album? No.
He doesn't even get acknowledged. I spoke to Carti about this when I was backstage at the show when he was styling me.
Oh, really? So Carti got something to say.
I don't want to speak for someone else, but I'll tell you. He was
Ron
a little
Bond,
bit,
what up, gang?
and I'm being nice. He was a little bit disappointed.
But that's the thing, though. When you think that your numbers, outweigh the product. We talk about this analogy a lot, and I don't even think we need to listen to too much more of this video. We talk about this analogy a lot. Just because McDonald's sells the most burgers doesn't mean they have the best quality burger. And then we're not even, you talking about Kendrick Lamar, you may not even be selling more burgers than you not. I'm in the Aston doing donuts. What up? See ya. Okay. Hold on. I put it back. Hit. Grammy, best rap album. I'm a slide. Yeah. See ya. Best rap album. It has its place, bro. I'm gonna ask to do a donut. See ya. Like, come on. Like, if we talked about, like I said, I don't think that they shouldn't be included because they are in music. I think there has to be a way to find a way to get people that are able to move their fans in the way that they do some sort of recognition. Because I don't think they should go unrecognized. I just don't think they should be recognized in this way. Best rap album for either one of them, no. And I think YB actually raps more than Carti. He said, sorry, but drill rap gets no. I mean, Here's the thing about that. Sometimes they be talking about what's really happening, what they really going through. Sometimes they talking about what they doing to other people, but we've Grammys have been won talking about straight cocaine, moving weight. Like I don't know sometimes that the subject matter is always, Rager music category. I can see that. They can get a BET award. I don't know, man. I don't know. What I'm saying is I think that what they've done for what some of these guys have done, and how much their fan bases support them, I think they should be recognized on the highest stage. I just don't think that they should be recognized with something called the best rap album. It has to move people, but it does. It just doesn't move us. It don't move me. You know what I'm saying? But I've seen these shows like where these kids are crying these lyrics. I'm like, yo, what is happening? Like, this is a whole ass movement in here, Kids' Choice Awards is mind games. I agree. They need to create different categories for that type of music. I think it's a different type of category. Who does drill rap move? Please tell me. I'll wait. I'm not talking about, I think you're talking, I'm not talking about, there's certain songs that I've heard from YB that aren't necessarily drill. I think sometimes a lot of his music falls into that category. But I think there are several songs where he talks about mental, like what he's going on in his mentally, how he's, processing feelings of, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I think some of it could toe the line of, okay, this is good, and he's not going to get any recognition for it at all. I'm standing firm. He should not be in the best rap album category. Nothing like that. You should never win anything like that. But I think they should do something for the fans, how they mobilize for him. He said, homicide. What people don't want to hear category. Best drill rap album and song would be a good category, maybe. And I'm from LA, so homicide. Yeah, man. So like I said, this is going into the hate category, man. This is going into the hate category. The Messenger is saying that they should be in this category. Somebody should probably be removed, or Kendrick should go against these guys. And I honestly think that if Kendrick, and let's just say, you put them in this category, the voting bodies are not going to vote for them. The people who are voting are not going to vote for them. They're just not. It's not. There's a certain level of depth that you have to have that all of these albums have. They have depth. So that's my piece on it. That's my take on it. What is competition? I'm trying to set the bar high. We're trying to jump and get it. You're better off trying to skydive. That nigga went crazy on that joint. Hey, JF, James, you know the rest of that off the top? I could never remember the rest of that off the top, bro. I could never get that bar, the rest of that off the top, bro, without looking it up. Oh, let's go. Hey, there you go. He's out the exit window on 5 G5s with $5,000. That boy crazy. Shout out to JL, bro. I can't remember that one off the top, bro. I can't. Why is he talking and how much did it cost? Bro, we already talked about that. We definitely already talked about that. All right. And on to our final topic of the day, man. Playboi Carti had 9 submissions for the 2026 Grammy, included album. He was not selected. Thank you for that. So he did. I wonder what he submit for. Hold up, before we move on. Shout out to the gang. Okay. Album of the year, best album, best engineered album, record of the year. Song of the year, good credit, best rap performance and best rap song. Backdoor, bro, he had songs with Kendrick and they didn't make it. Blick some? Nah, that wasn't gonna make it, gang. Blick some wasn't gonna make it, bro. Unlimited with Nav, that wasn't gonna make it. Fire Your Manager with Youngboy. I don't even think I heard that. I mean, Timeless is kind of crazy. Rather Lie is still on the radio. I hear Timeless all the time. Backdoor is Kendrick submitted good credit. He wouldn't have won with any of those anyway. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if he would have won. Timeless, record of the year. Who won record of the year? Was that? Yeah, that was them. He wouldn't have won with that anyway. Yeah. He wouldn't have won with that. So yeah, man, I guess it's honestly, you gotta pick and choose when you dropping, bro. If you want to win, you might as well not even drop something like that at that time, bro, because you know you going up against a damn monster who putting out smokers, bro. It's never gonna happen that way for you. I honestly only listen to good credit because of Kendrick. Rather Lie is the only good one, to be honest. Yeah, Timeless it hits, but it's not very much substance there at all. NBA has also submitted for the Grammys. He received one submission 2022 with Tyler, the Creator. Thank you. I appreciate you. All right, let's go ahead and get to this, man. Let's go ahead and get to this. Mr. Isaac Hayes III. The Grammy Awards are the LA Awards. Now, Chicago has seen quite a bit. You know what I'm saying? So that's what he said, I saw this take. It's so bad. It's so bad. It's so bad when you look at, I feel like, excuse me, I feel like recency bias comes in all the time. Do me a favor, gang, hit the like button. Where we at? Can we get 300 likes in the stream? Can we get 300 likes in the stream? Recency bias really comes into play quite a bit when you start seeing back to back and you're seeing 5 last year and then you see 5 this year and then you start forgetting about the history, man. Like I said, Chicago has taken home a lot in the past. Atlanta's taken home quite a bit. New York has won. Like I don't get the take. Unless you're saying within the last 2 years. Killer Mike did sweep the rap categories in 2023, right? So there are about 15,000 Recording Academy voting members. And the Academy itself says the Los Angeles chapter is its oldest and largest chapter. So if one city has the biggest... So by default, whatever city has the biggest chapter means that they're going to be the ones that win everything. That don't even make sense, bro. You also have to look at how many artists are putting out Grammy-worthy music in any given region. Right? Jay-Z, Kanye, M, Cardi. That's what I'm saying. And if it's a resurgence of a specific region and you're seeing a lot happening in that area, it's probably kind of like the way the time is moving. The timeline is moving in that direction. Somebody got to step up. So if one city has the biggest chapter, that city has a built-in advantage in genres that are still deeply regional in sound, culture, and community. Hip-hop and R&B are not the same everywhere. Atlanta does not sound like LA. New York does not sound like Miami. Texas does not sound like Chicago. It doesn't. But here's the thing though. I think like with the introduction of speaking about rap, the drill stuff, it's like different variances, like different variations. It's kind of the same, different variations. To me, R&B is in a crazy place right now. Like it is in a crazy place. Like I don't even know. When I listen to some of the female vocalists, and I'm not saying that they all sound the same. That's not what I'm saying. It's a similar kind of vibe in a sense. There's definitely differences in there. Like I'm not saying, but when I hear somebody, it's a very similar sound. And I think that's the same shit that happened with the male vocalists, where it was like that trap R&B style. Niggas is using auto-tune. Like, what? You said Jhené Aiko Combs, bro. Just say it. It's like, it's the same, like, it's in a weird spot, man, where like, I even just look back to, and I'm not going way back, bro. Like, I'm not going way back to, you know what I'm saying, the Marvin Gayes and, you know what I'm saying, the Al Greens and niggas who was singing songs. Like, I'm talking about, nigga, a voice like a Lloyd. Like, who's the Lloyd? Like, where's the Lloyd? Where's the mainstream guy that people know of that's like the Lloyd? Where is the I always go back to Miguel, because Miguel to me is has one of the craziest voices and don't get a lot of respect. Like, it's so many people. I'm just confused why it doesn't catch on. I'm so confused why it doesn't catch on. And somebody said they tried to turn R&B into rap, and that's just, I see it completely, because all of it has this real dark undertone. Lucky Day. Oh. Yeah. Where's Jodeci? Where's Jagged Edge? Where's the SWVs? Like, where are they? Like, what happened? What happened to that time? Back to this. My bad. We didn't went off on a tangent. But he was saying something. He said they're not the same everywhere. But I think when you remove the element of the people we just mentioned, the types of the Jodeci's, the Mary J's, the Jagged Edges, Bruno does have separation. But even then, everything that nigga puts out sounds exactly the same. Vocal talent on a million, but everything you put out sound exactly the same. So I feel like what's happening is this real formulaic approach to R&B, where it's like, do this, do that, do that. For both, you know, male and female vocalists. Back to this. Hip hop and R&B are not the same everywhere. Atlanta does not sound like Los Angeles. New York does not sound like Miami. Texas does not sound like Chicago. And when the biggest voting footprints sit in one market, it's not hard to see why the same markets keep getting rewarded. So by that whole thing, you take away the talent. So you're saying there should have been another artist that should have beat Kendrick Lamar. And I guess I got to go back and see who else is from the West Coast or from LA that won. But you're saying there should have been someone else who is rewarded the way he's been rewarded. When you start talking like that, fam, you got to put a name on it. You got to say, you can't just get out here and just start spewing shit and being like, yo, I think this person had a better project than him. Or if you saying it should have been Clips. Did he say it? Hold up. Okay, no. Say Clips should have won. Then that way it would have had a little bit of background, a little bit of backbone to tell you like, this is where he's coming from because he thinks that this project is did this and whatever, but you just saying it just to say it. Living in LA increases proximity to voters, industry events, listening sessions, and informal influence that shapes taste and perception long before ballots are cast. That proximity matters in a peer voting system, especially when one city holds the... Here's the shit, bro. If the music is popping, it's going to find its way to the niggas that need to hear it. He's saying that in order to compete, you shouldn't have to campaign in LA only. But fam, even our biggest election in the US comes down to it's like some really big places, right? It's you gotta go and do the work. It's like that's the way. I don't know. Not to say that because it's always been that way, it should stay that way. I'm always down for some change. But I feel like in the current system, if you a badass singer from Rhode Island, most of the time that shit catch on and we be like, yo, have you heard that motherfucker from Rhode Island? That motherfucker going crazy over there. But you might have to step outside your backyard. Everything is not going to be comfortable, right? Can we get the likes of 275? We almost at 300. Run it up. I agree with this proposal. There's not the reasoning, right? I haven't even gotten to the proposal yet. So here's the fix. Cap voting by city for hip hop, R&B, put a max number of voters per city. Like 2,000 in LA, 2,000 in New York, 2,000 in Atlanta, 2,000 in Miami, 2,000 in Texas. Yeah, I don't see nothing wrong with that. Even a percentage if you want to make it broader, right? 10% across 10 different regions or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like 10%. If we're gonna say we're gonna do this number, let's do 10% in all these regions, right? I don't see nothing wrong with that. Keep the voting peer based. Just make it geographically fair. I don't see nothing wrong with that. Because if the Academy wants the Grammys to mean best in the country, then the process has to reflect the country, not just the biggest chapter in the room. But my thing is, bro, are you saying? So what I'm gathering from this is that he's saying, and I'm putting words in his mouth. He's saying, because the only person that I'm really hearing is Clips. Clips should have won over Kendrick in this one, but right in that specific category. Clips didn't win because they didn't have a voice in the room or enough voices in the room. And I think you could have an argument with that if the numbers weren't the numbers. You could have an argument with that if the beef didn't happen and people were exposed to him in a different way. You could have that argument if I just think that it's not all just he just happens to be from LA and is winning. And this is from a Cole fan. I always like to say that because niggas get on here and start talking crazy. He happens to be from LA. I don't think it's just because he like, yo, let him win. He's from LA. Like, no. Or he's from California. If that does not change, then for hip hop and R&B, these awards stop meaning what they claim to mean. And I don't agree with that at all because so many other people have won outside of California acts. Grammys, Harvey Mason Jr., the process must change for R&B, for rap and R&B.
Voting for this year's Grammy Awards. And I have some predictions that I want to
almost at 300. Run it up, gang.
And some problems that I see with the Recording Academy and the Grammys. In the hip hop and R&B category, I don't know enough about pop and country to know if these issues exist. But when it comes to hip hop and R&B, the Grammy Awards are not really the Grammy Awards. They're really the LA Awards. LA has the largest voting chapter in the nation to vote on the Grammy Awards. And that presents two problems that need to be fixed. One, the majority of candidates that are always nominated or win Grammy Awards happen to live in Los Angeles, California.
And that's the thing, though. You talking about a guy like Tyler, the Creator. You telling me Tyler, the Creator shouldn't be, like, where were their album? Where were these other people who are not LA acts? That was a part that was a piece that we spoke of where we said LA is kind of doing this thing where they're leading a charge, and it goes all the way back. And we talking about hip hop, all the way back to bro, why am I tweaking, bro? The One Night in LA, the Kendrick show, the One Night in LA, the Pop Out. It goes all the way back to the Pop Out, where it was like LA is kind of California is kind of leading the charge in this resurgence of creativity and lyrics and all of that. And that doesn't demean, or that doesn't mean that we taking away from the people who are in other places who are, you know, really rapping and doing like that. But there's a collective there's a lot of talent there. So there's so much talent. There's a lot of talent here in Chicago too. But we don't have, and that was one of my gripes with being like, if we had to put up a Titan, or we had to put up this is our fighter from our region. Who would our fighter be? New York. Who would your fighter be? Right? Like, I have issue with that sometimes. Shout out Miss Hummus for the 5. I appreciate you. W Miss Hummus in the chat. This is Whitehead and Glasses said there's a West Coast bias and hate for the West Coast. Kendrick said it. What I come to find is that, you know, niggas don't really like the West Coast, and I'm fine with it. I'll push the line with it.
California. So even when you think about Jay-Z and Beyonce, a lot of the artists that get nominated or win live in Los Angeles, California.
So Jay-Z, a New York poster card, only won because he lives in California.
What if you're an artist that's not from LA, or you don't live in LA, which are plenty of artists from New York, plenty of artists from Florida, plenty of rap artists from Texas, plenty of rap artists from Atlanta.
I agree.
Plenty of rap artists from Philadelphia or other parts of the country.
But just because just because you have rappers in these areas, you have to talk about who is my champion. Who is my champion? At this point, like, it really would have to be somebody like Chance is the champion in Chicago. Chance is not, like, when we talking about artists for artists at that point, like, it's not, they're in a different stratosphere. Like, who's your champion? Who's the champion in New York? Who's the champion in Texas? That's what I'm saying. Your champion, putting out that high quality music that you can't deny. Everybody's listening to it. And not just listening to it in Chicago, or listening to it in Texas, or listening to it in New York. Nigga, everybody across the globe is listening to this music. Who's your champion? Shout out Miss Keita.
It's really hard for you to win Grammy Awards. So a couple things that need to happen. One, the Grammy Awards need to move around. They need to be in a different city every year. They need to be in Miami. They need to be in Nashville. They need to be in Atlanta. They need to be in New York. They need to be in LA. They need to move the.
Shout out Miss Hummus again for another 5. I don't think that it's making this. It really is making it sound like, bro, like, because we don't have what Atlanta artist would have won? Wait, hold on. Let me make this right, because I'll be forgetting. Yeah, I was gonna say Cardi. Okay, so Cardi would have won if we had this in Atlanta. I don't think that's the case, bro. The music was good, but it's a different type of thing. It's different.
The award show around. Secondly, when it comes to the hip hop and R&B categories,
let me get my dono. I missed it. Shout out Miss Hummus again. W Miss Hummus in the chat. Thank you. Now that Dot is on top, he's gonna receive the most hate he's ever experienced. It's Lonely at the top. In stores in about 2 weeks. Let me know if y'all know where that's from. Flash is Lonely at the top. They're gonna make this man go Super Saiyan for real. W Miss Hummus in the chat.
Needs to be a cap on the number of people that can actually vote for those categories. Meaning, let's say hypothetically, if there are 20,000 Grammy voting members, but 6,000 of them are just in the LA chapter alone, then overwhelmingly the people that are voting on the hip hop and R&B categories are going to pick LA artists. I know that you don't think it's biased, but the data shows that it's biased. In fact, the only 2 artists that have won a Grammy Award that are from New York City that didn't live in Los Angeles at the time were Nas and Cardi B. Those are the only 2 rappers that won awards. Everybody else that has won rap Grammys in the past decade have predominantly been from Los Angeles, either from there or live there. Kendrick Lamar, Tyler the Creator, Doechii, Baby Keem, Anderson .Paak.
But artists are you. Everything that this says, bro. Everything that this says is completely closing your eyes to the body of work that they produced. That's the only problem I have with this, sir. Doechii from Tampa. That's the only argument, bro. You're completely discrediting the body of work. Shout out to whoever you can't discredit the work. You're saying their work is not good enough and they won because they're from LA or they live in LA. Now tell me the artist who should have won over them.
Nipsey Hussle. There's a ton of them. Just search for yourself. So if there's a cap, let's say 2,000 members per city that can vote on hip hop and R&B or per chapter, that would even out the ability for other people from other places to win Grammy Awards.
He said Hollywood has always been Hollywood and a place for the entertainment industry. No, it just happened this year. Like, come on, thank you. Shout out Lena. What you say? Hey, first live, let's go. Shout out to you, gang.
If not, the system is flawed. There has to be a cap on the amount of people that are allowed to vote in each region. Because overwhelmingly, if 33% of the voting members are in Los Angeles, California, and 10% are in Texas or 10% are in New York or Atlanta, you're not going to see artists winning Grammys because.
Hey, give me the Texas champion. Give me the one. Can we do it right now? Is it Big X the plug? And then one, you have to talk about when they putting out projects. When are they putting out the project? Like, is the project out? Like, who is the rapper out of, is it Travis Scott? He do sound intelligent. Like, that's not the point. Like, the idea of divvying it up is cool. The issue becomes where you say you're insinuating that they're only winning because they are from this region and discrediting the work. And then I say, if you go back to every year, look and see who should have won and who won and say, nah, because if it was in big city, Texas, this guy should have won. That's what I'm asking.
Very, very regional. So my predictions is that Kendrick and SZA and Doechii are going to win the majority, and probably other artists that reside in LA are going to win the majority of the R&B and hip hop Grammy Awards, leaving artists in other cities like Summer Walker, like Drake, like Meek Mill, not winning awards. And that's my prediction. But I'll share this after the Grammys air.
Drake and Meek. Look, nigga, what? Ice Cube never won. Tupac never won. Snoop never won a solo Grammy Award. You are only saying this goofy shit because Kendrick Lamar keeps winning Grammys. A black man being bitter at a prestigious award show, giving a black man awards for his well-received music. You are a true hater of Kendrick Lamar. And look, bro, I don't even want to cook this dude or nothing like that, because like I'm not trying. That is not my intention. The work speaks for itself in a lot of these cases. Killer Mike won Rap Album of the Year in 2024, and he's based in Atlanta. Neither Jay-Z and Beyonce are from LA, but they live there and still won a Grammy. What are you talking about? What'd he say? Mind You, Naughty by Nature, New Jersey, The Roots, Pennsylvania, Puff Daddy, New York, Jay-Z, New York, Eminem, Michigan, Outkast, Georgia, Kanye, Illinois, Luda, Georgia, Lil Wayne, Louisiana, Drake, Ontario, Macklemore, Washington, Kendrick Lamar, California, Chance the Rapper, Illinois, Cardi B, New York, Tyler, California, Nas, New York, Killer Mike, Georgia, Doechii, Florida. What are you talking about? Jay-Z and Kanye West are from Chicago and New York. They have for years had the Grammys have had the most Grammys ever. Now that Kendrick has deservedly surpassed them, it's LA bias. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. We just gotta be real. That's the only thing, bro. That's the only thing. You just gotta be real. In the moment, I think the thing is, it's actually okay to take bits and pieces of what he said and say, okay, this is cool. This is awesome. But then there's also bits and pieces that you can say, you wildin', bro. Never discredit the art because you think if the Grammys this year was in New York, who was gonna win? Leon Thomas from Illinois. I didn't know that. SZA from Jersey. Right, like, who was going to win? If you moved it to, I keep saying California, Chicago, Atlanta, who was going to win? Some of these guys didn't even, I guess they didn't get voted in. They didn't get anything. So Cardi didn't get voted in. But I don't know, man. I think it's interesting, but I do think a lot of the times the recency bias gets in the way. And I said that earlier. I said the recency bias gets in the way where you've had Kendrick win the last two times, and now it's a problem. And I'm not even, I am a Kendrick fan, love Kendrick, but we're not glazing. We're saying what he's done over the last couple of years, at least if we look at it in that vacuum, has been great. Somebody got to beat him. He ain't going to go nowhere. Right? Zid in Atlanta. He ain't gonna go nowhere. Shout out King Phillip for the 5. Appreciate you, fam. He says, can't overlook the fact that Isaac Hayes III was hating hard on Kendrick during the battle. Oh, he was? You know he made the video before the Grammys. He says it in the video. He says that. I don't have no way to verify it, but he does say that. He does say that he made the video beforehand. I don't have a way to verify it. But, chat. 300 likes in this stream. Thank you guys so much. Run it up to 400 before we get up out of here. Everybody hit the like button on the way out. I love y'all. I'm going to go get some more tea and get something to eat, man. I will be clipping these up. So if you guys see these pop up, make sure y'all just do me a favor. Go into the premiere. Hit the like button for me because it really helps out so much. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Hype the video, all of that. I know we ask y'all to do a lot. And I appreciate y'all just pulling up and watching and conversing with me in the comments. as a creator, the only way we know we doing what we supposed to do is if y'all hit the like button. Don't hate it because, you know what I'm saying, not like it because whatever's the topic is, but if you like what we saying, then hit the like button. All right? I love you guys so much. Feel better. Thank you, Lane. I appreciate you. I'm going to try. It is my son's birthday. We going to hang out. I love y'all. Y'all have a great rest of your day, and I will see y'all in the next one. If you're watching this on the playback, let me know how you felt about all the topics, and I will be dropping these videos. I'll see y'all in the next one. I'm out. Peace.